These are the rules of ego part 2. If you haven't yet seen part 1, I recommend you go watch it before this part, as I myself need an ego boost as well. Click the eye in the upper right hand corner to view it. Rule number 6. Dismiss areas where you don't excel. Another way to never humanize yourself in front of others is to only show the world what you are perfect at. If you are not perfect in a certain area, never show anyone that. While it is true that certain skills require you to start and practice them in order to master it, it is important to do so without anybody knowing. This may sound hard, but once you do it once or twice, not only does it become second nature, but you will already be seen in the eyes of most as perfect.
I'm not great, I'm just perfect.
Rule number 7. If something is good, steal it. No, I'm not talking about shoplifting or borrowing something from a friend for an unspecified amount of time. No, what I'm talking about is more along the lines of jokes and or memes. If you read something that warrants a slight exhale from the nose, then just imagine saying that in conversation. You could get a smile or even a subtle shake of the head while someone looks at you with eyes that say, "I cannot believe you just said that." Now, what you don't want is for someone to say, "Oh, I've already seen/heard that." So it's important to pick ones that are either unrecognizable or pull one out from a few years back to where they might remember it, but not to a point where they mention it. And lastly, don't give credit to the creator or the person who shared it with you. They don't deserve it, they probably stole it themselves. You're the one telling it, so you deserve all the praise. Quick side note, which is completely unrelated to this, I took another look at rule number 4, and it turns out that there is an I in team. It's right here, under the a-hole. Wow, I cannot believe I found that with my own vision, and nobody shared it with me after the fact. Rule number 8, no squirrels in my pants. Listen, I didn't want this video to get flagged really for any reason, so I decided to play it safe and encode this rule. I will highlight the letters of interest for you. Now, you may look at this word and think of its multiple definitions, some of them strange and bizarre, but I'm going to focus on the most basic and broadest one. Don't be sympathetic to anybody for any reason. For example, let's say your teacher asks a question to class, such as, "What is an invention that you think has hurt society more than it's benefited it?" And it comes to you and you're like, "I don't know, the trumpet." And, a few might laugh, but then the teacher gives you a death stare and says, "I played the trumpet." There are multiple ways that you could respond to this as your classmates cringe. And they're usually along the lines of, No, I didn't mean you. No, I'm talking about the other trumpet players. It's not really the sound it makes, it's more of the egos it creates. Unlike you, no, you don't have an ego." Stop. No. This is the most basic example I could have come up with. Just respond with, "Oh well," and move on. Your teacher will see you as independent, your classmates will see you as brave, and most importantly, you will have no squirrels in your pants. Rule number 9, be cryptic. Another way to have people view you as a superior being is to throw in little coded messages that can be taken by anyone and have them think you're calling them out. These can create a sense of unease in people. Have them start thinking, "Shoot, is he talking about me? Is he really my friend?" Examples of these little messages that can be posted anywhere are, "Don't take pictures of yourself in the bathroom." I like how some people brag about hundreds, and yet they forget to mention I helped them study for hours. I never understood why people post selfies or random video updates about their life when nothing interesting is happening. These are so good, you wouldn't believe it. I bet a few of you watching right now, just for a moment thought, is he talking about me? Even if it was just for like a brief second, that means it worked. If you post these, you'll be able to get into people's heads. And if you start this psychological game, you will always win. Rule number 10, lie. I have more rules down the road that go with the finer details and specifics of lying, but I wanted to go ahead and give you this broad rule now to get you started. Lying is one of the key factors in maintaining your ego, especially if you're not as good as you think you are. From the lie that says, oh, I've done this in the past and it was light work, to the everyday lies such as how far you can throw a ball or what your grades are. These deceptions can hold you at the top. Look up different ways on hiding lies. I would recommend that you keep a book of everything, because if you do this right, you will have pages upon pages in your first month or so. Heck, I've got a book of everything. And in time, we could publish these as young adult fiction novels. But the main point is that while lying is awesome, it is very powerful, and you need to remember this. Lying, or just a simple lie, could change someone's perspective of you for the better just as easy as it can for the worst. So do stay tuned for the different ways, different types, and different times of lying. That way, it only benefits you. This has been The Rules of Ego, Part 2. Possibly more to follow.